Hi everyone, welcome to a Stamping to Share video. Today I'm going to give you a few tips about putting together this very cute little friendship favor. And it says, any hour spent with you is happy hour. This is the one that I received from my friend Tiffany Bauer at a swap that I did at convention this past year. It was truly my very favorite swap from convention. And then this is the one that I created. And there really isn't a lot of difference. The main thing is that Tiffany's a little more talented than I am at cutting out her cute little martini glass. I don't have quite that talent. And then she, I think, just sliced her little lime and inserted it into her glass. And of course, I didn't quite manage that either very well. So I'll show you a few adjustments that I made. And we'll go ahead and get started. So the first thing that you're going to need is the Stampin' Up! Petite Pocket Die, and this is one of our extended dies, and so you will need extended cutting pads to use this die. And you will go ahead, and once you've cut it out, you end up with a shape like this. And in this particular pocket, all you need to do is, as you can see, there's some real cute chevron patterns here. So we're just going to fold this up, and then you take a new chevron folder from Stampin' Up! Recently introduced, and you were just going to match up the front of the flap and then shut it up, and then you just go ahead and run it through your Big Shot machine like this. And what it will do is it will give you a piece of a front fold that has the pattern on, and it just looks real sweet. So we're going to go ahead and put this together. And of course you could use sticky strip tape, but I think I'm just going to use glue today just because it's faster, and I'm really not very good at taking that red film off the tape. So I'm just going to go ahead and use glue. I'm really good at using glue because that's my favorite adhesive. So I'm just going to hold that down for a minute. Actually, not a minute. It doesn't take that long for it to adhere. And then I'm going to talk to you about a few more parts that you're going to need to create this. Now, I made so many of these, and I did it as a swap with my downline, that I actually ran out of the Melon Mambo, or is it Melon Mambo? I always forget. But anyway, I ran out of this bright pink color that was in my pattern paper stack in the Brights collection. So I'm going to use, I think this is the Regal Rose color. And you'll want a 2-inch strip by 10-inch strip. And so the next step is to go ahead and, actually we're just going to fold this in half like this. And then I have a paper piercing mat that Stampin' Up! Also came out with, and you can also use it for stamping. So I like to label my mats. So this one's for piercing, and then I have another one for stamping. And I'm just going to poke a hole about here, and that gives me a guideline for where to cut my corners to. So I'm going to start by cutting the corner from here up to that hole, and then I'll do the same thing on this side and just clean that up a bit. There we go. And now I have a pretty good square there. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to adhere that to our pocket. So I'm going to take a little glue, and I'm going to glue the other side too. And then this just gets adhered like this. And I suppose I stay about maybe not quite an inch up from the bottom. Let's see. Actually, it is about an inch up from the bottom. And then you can curl your ends so it looks kind of cute like that. Then the next thing that we're going to do is you're going to need the large, I think it's called the large delicate Doilies Sizzlit die. And I do have packing tape over the top of mine. I think it helps a little bit with not feeding all of those chads into those deep crevices. It keeps it a little cleaner so you get a little cleaner cut. And what I do too is I use like 3 shims as I'm running it through the Big Shot machine, but I do pretty well with it. Of course, I still have to poke it out, but I usually get pretty clean poke outs. So what the key is you want to have a spot for threading your ribbon over here. So the thing that I have found is to make sure that one of these little circles on this side sticks out just a little bit right there. So we're going to go ahead and put this on. And we'll just do that right here, like so. And then we're going to use about 20 inches of our gumball green stitched ribbon, and that is actually going to be threaded up through these two holes on the opposite side. So we'll put one on this side and bring it up, and then we'll put the other end through the other side and bring it up. And then we just tie a bow. Let's see, let's make sure we're kind of even here. No, we need to bring this one down a little. You just can't pre-prep a bow too much when it comes to video. There we go. So now you'll get to see how this works. So we're going to go ahead and make a bow. And I like a lot of loose ends here. I think that looks pretty. And you know what? It looks like 20 inches is about exactly the right amount of ribbon to use, or at least it was for me. Then the next thing that I did is I stamped, we're using the Happy Hour set, which looks like this. And it's got various kinds of glasses, and I couldn't even tell you the names of these glasses, although Tiffany mentioned that that's a martini glass. And so I stamped the martini glass on a piece of Whisper White cardstock with the gumball green. And then I just punched it out with the 3/4 inch circle punch. And guess what? I didn't have to cut that really intricate cut out down here on the stem. And then for my little wedge, I found out that if I cut the wedge like this, and what I did is I used I think it was a Pretty in Pink marker, and then the Melon Mambo on the outside, and then I just cut a little wedge right there. And then I just put that onto the top of the glass with a mini glue dot. And so I think that looks pretty good. And so the next step is to just go ahead and take off the dimensionals, and we can set this right on here. And then of course we need to put our Appletini in there, and this is from Crystal Light, and I found out the least expensive place to get it, at least in my area, was Walmart. There was quite a difference between Walmart's price and the local grocery stores. So that just goes into our pocket here, and that looks pretty cute, but I do like the saying, any hour spent with you is happy hour. So this is a little tag, and it's just got a couple of little glue dots on it, and you can just pull your ribbon back and insert it underneath your little circle punch, and then you have just a very cute little party favor. So I hope you enjoyed this. I gave it to a couple of my high school girlfriends when we got together, and they just loved it. So I think your friends will love it too. Have a great day, and thanks for stopping by Stamping to Share. Bye-bye.